Welcome to D Truth TV. Turn the volume up, you feel me? Hit that like, hit subscribe, let's get real on your screen, see? We talking cases, mysteries, stories that unfold, relationships, heartbreaks, secrets never told, breaking news, updates, every fact on display. I'm your host with the flow, bringing truth every day. D Truth TV, where the real ones vibe. Hit that bell, stay alive, let the knowledge arrive. From the streets to the screen, we keep it so raw. Every topic, every angle, breaking every law. Tune in, let's debate, drop your thoughts in the chat. We don't sugarcoat nothing, we just spitting the facts. From love to the hustle, from the pain to the win. Every episode's a journey, let the story begin. D Truth TV, where the real ones vibe. Hit that bell, stay alive, let the knowledge arrive. From the streets to the screen, we keep it so raw. Every topic, every angle, breaking every law. Tune in, let's debate, drop your thoughts in the chat. We don't sugarcoat nothing, we just spitting the facts. From love to the hustle, from the pain to the win. Every episode's a journey, let the story begin. D Truth TV, where the real ones vibe. Hit that bell, stay alive, let the knowledge arrive. From the streets to the screen, we keep it so raw. Every topic, every angle, breaking every law. So subscribe, hit like, don't you dare miss a beat. D Truth TV, where the truth and the rhythm meet.
Respect to everybody come in, respect Lord and law, respect everybody come in. I want to see what y'all think about these stories I'm going to bring to you tonight. What if I told you you're a parent, you took your child to the dentist and you don't know where your child at after that? This happened to this couple in North Carolina. Listen very closely. This per Atlanta Black Star. It starts off, where's our son? Parents say they had no idea ambulance leaving dental office were carrying their child. What? I'm trying to wrap my hands around this right here. I'm trying to wrap my head around here. You take your child to the dental office and you don't know your child had left the dental office. They had to call the ambulance for your child. And guess what? Their son wound up dying. Now they demand the answer after his death. It was published October the 4th this year. I'm finna read it, right? A North Carolina family still demanding answer and accountability from a dentist office after a 2-year-old child suffered a medical emergency during a dental procedure and died. A 2-year-old medical procedure, I'm going to say it. That some dentists will not perform a dental procedure on a young child like that. They would not perform a dental procedure on a child like that. The parents of 2-year-old, I can't pronounce his first name, Mitchell, say they took their son to the Valley Gate Dental Surgery Center in July for a simple cavity filling. Right? Staff member conducted a health examination on the boy, checks his weight and height, and deemed him healthy enough to undergo the procedure. Okay. Sounds simple enough. Okay. Sounds simple enough. Okay. They did all of that. The toddler was administered anesthesia during the operation. but at some point, complication arose. Hmm. Dental filling, right? Gave that child anesthesia. How do you know how much anesthesia to give a 2 year old? That's what I want to know. And what complication was there? What complication was there for you to have to call, for them to have to call the ambulance? And for this couple's son to die, right? While his parent patiently sat in the waiting room, that's one thing I wouldn't have did. Now, one thing I would not have did, if I was one of the parents, I would have been in that room with my child, especially my 2 year old child. I'm not letting my 2 year old child out of my sight. I'm not letting my 2 year old child out of my sight, especially at a dentist's office. Both of them sitting in the waiting room. They were patiently waiting in the waiting room. Staff members had called 911. They said they were unaware that the dental practice had called an ambulance until after EMS arrived and took their son to the hospital without them. They had no. They had that dental office is hiding something from the two parent, right? Why you wouldn't tell the parent or that child that you had to call an ambulance for their son, so at least one of them could ride with them to the hospital, and the other could drive the car following behind them? Why you wouldn't tell them that? Oh, that's more. That's more. It get juicy as the story go along, right? The parents said the nurses only told them that their son suffered a collapsed lung during surgery. Hold on. How do a child suffer a collapsed lung during a cavity filling? Somebody explain that to me. How do a 2 year old suffers a collapsed lung during a cavity procedure? They said, we was like, so where's our son? The 2 year old father said, 2 year old dad said, David Mitchell said in July, he was already gone in the ambulance, and we was like, why don't you tell us? They asking questions. Why you didn't tell us that our son, there was a complication that y'all called an ambulance for my son? For our son. So what else could have been in the ambulance with him? And why the other drove? Shortly after the child's tragic death, Valley Dental Surgery Center CEO Virginia Jones said the center would investigate what happened during the procedure. Okay, you're going to investigate. What you going to investigate? What went wrong? Why y'all try to perform the procedure on a 2 year old? What y'all going to investigate? How much anesthesia y'all gave that 2 year old? How did that child? How did this child suffer a collapsed lung? They also assured the public that their surgical staff include board-certified, highly experienced physician, anesthesiologist, certified registered nurse, anesthesia, CRNAs, and nurses said they reviewed the child procedure. Okay. Since 2019, more than 13,000 patients have safely received care at our Greensboro Surgery Center, while Rare complications can occur unexpectedly, even under carefully controlled circumstances. We are actively reviewing yesterday's circumstances in collaboration with all relevant agencies, Jones said in a July 18th statement. Hmm. Now, more than 2 months after the child's death, the family said they got no closer to the truth of what happened during the surgery. I said that dental procedure, they hide stuff. They hide stuff. Although they said more than 13,000 patients have safely received care, right? Watch this now. Watch this. I don't think I ever got closure, but I just won't answer, the mother said. I think it will give me a little peace because at the end of the night, I'm like, what happened that day? What happened to my son? You know, we still waiting on the cause of death, but still, I just want to know what happened in that room. See, the parents just want to know what happened in that room. I'm going to say it. Most dentists were not do a procedure on a child that young. Most dentists would not do that procedure on that child that young, right? And they just want to know what's happening in that room. Like all parents would want to know what happened to my child, why my child is dead, why you did not tell me that you called an ambulance for my child and my child is on the way to the hospital. Somebody hides something somewhere. Somebody hides something. Somebody hides something. According to WXII, while Valid Gate is licensed through the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, the center does not possess a license, accreditation, or certification with the North Carolina Dental Board. First mistake right there. See, this is what I want y'all to do. Go research the dental centers to see they are state certified. Accreditation. Do they have license through that state dental board? The state dental board official said they'll also be investigating. In September, state inspector determined that Valley Gate violated 23 health and safety codes, which forced the facility to close several of its procedures room and some which had been newly built. Why you just shut it? It's a lot of blame to go around in this one right here. Violation included fire safety issues, suspected leak in vacuum lines, improperly installed electrical wiring, according to WFMY. State documents reveal that the dental practice constructed 3 new procedure rooms and recovery bay without approval from the state. Let that sink in. It's unclear whether the little boy's surgery took place in one of those rooms. Valley Gate representative said the issue had been addressed and the center is awaiting reinspection for reopening. Dental practice have released no updates on their review of the 2-year-old cavity procedure. Greensboro police say their investigation is ongoing and there are no new development. Which a GoFundMe has been set up for the child for burial expenses. The last thing the parent told their baby was they love him. And we be out here waiting on you, the mother said. I don't want him to think that we handed him off to somebody to harm him. No, that was never the case. Mama did not know what was going on in that room. That's why your butt should have been in that room. I asked y'all, I ask you, I ask y'all, would you let your 2-year-old be in the room with them dentists and nurses by themselves? You know why I said that's a lot of blame to go around? I'm tell you why I said that's a lot of blame to go around. One, I don't like victim blaming, but one of the parents should have been in the room. Two, their facility. They should have known that they shouldn't be performing that procedure and getting that child anesthesia at 2 years old. And three, the state of North Carolina dental board. When you found them irregularities in that dentist office, you should have shut it down right then. Make them close that whole facility. Respect me, Chicago. Make them close that whole facility. Miss Chicago, I want to ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a question, Miss Chicago. Anybody else in the chat with a yes or no? You got a 2-year-old child. You take him to the dentist, him or her. You take him to the dentist. Or you gonna let your 2-year-old child go into that dinner room by themselves and wait in the waiting room? Or you going in there with them? You got to do background checks on the dental facilities. These doctors are see they state board certified. You got to check. You got to do background check on these businesses, the dentist's office, the doctor's office. You got to do a background check on those. Cause this dental facility in North Carolina was not North Carolina State Dental certified. Respect, CC. I'm just trying to wrap my head around what cavity, what kind of surgery involves a collapsed lung. How do a 2-year-old child get a collapsed lung for cavity? A cavity filling. And how much anesthesia did they give that child? Yeah, this happened in North Carolina, CC. The parent took their 2-year-old to this dentist office. I'm telling you the name of I'm calling this dentist office out, right? Valley Gate Dental Office. The child went in there for a simple procedure, a cavity filling. And the dentist office called the ambulance, didn't let the parents know that a child was in the ambulance all the way to the hospital. And the 2-year-old child wound up passing. And I asked again, would you allow your 2-year-old son or daughter to go into that exam room by themselves? I'm not letting my 2-year-old go in that dentist office by themselves. And they still don't know what happened to that child. Everybody said they investigating this, investigating that. I think somebody high enough. I think it's a cover-up going on. I ain't said a legend about that. It's a cover-up going on. They try to get their ducks in a row. I'm finna look up something. I'm finna look up something. Hold on, give me a minute. I'm looking up something. It said yes, A dentist may perform a procedure on a child, especially for a severe issue like advanced tooth decay, infection, or pain that cannot be managed with chairside care. These procedures may involve general anesthesia, sedation, or hospital-based care with the ultimate goal of restoring the child's health and quality of life. Okay. I want to see. I want to see something here. I want to see something else right here. Can a uh, result in a okay? I'm looking this up. I'm looking this up as I'm doing it. It is extremely rare, but a dental filling procedure can indirectly lead to a collapsed lung. This happened through a series of escalating complications, not as a direct outcome of the filling itself. The most critical step in the chain of event is the correction or a condition called I can't say it. This is the most common complication caused by a high-speed dental drill. The drill's air and water spray can get forced into the soft tissue and spaces of the head and neck, especially during fillings or extraction involve molars. So I see what happened. I see what happened now. I see what happened now. The drill and the high pressure water probably resulted in that young child collapsed lung. But I'm gonna keep an update on this story because a simple dentist visit should not involve a child losing his or her life. It shouldn't be involved. That should never happen when you go to the dentist. That's why you gotta do research on the dentist office. You gotta do research on the dentist office, right? And the parents are left in the dark, right? And I got another story here. It's another by Respect Tony Williams. Hey, the links is in the chat if you want to come up. All right. This is about a woman, right? She gets jailed because bugs is in her apartment, and she emailed the apartment complex multiple times to come do something about it. She got jailed. Her child got taken away. The child got taken away, right? And I guarantee y'all wonder, they true how that how that's supposed to happen? How that's supposed to happen? How that's supposed to happen, right? I'm finna tell you. Believe me, I'm finna tell you. I'm finna tell you. I'm finna tell you in a minute. I'm gonna tell you right here. I'm gonna tell you right now. Right? Here we go. Here the story goes right here. Very unfair. Black woman called 911 for help, only to be arrested at the cop spots something in her home that she begged landlord for months to fix. A black woman from Louisiana spent 6 days in jail on child neglect charges. child neglect charges, right? After Shreveport, Louisiana police officer discovered an insect inside her apartment as she called them for help over another issue. She needed help with another issue, but you spot bugs in the house that she already tried to tell the apartment people about for months. And you locked her up for child neglect charges. Make that make sense to me. How can you lock somebody up for child neglect charges when they call you for something else and you spot bugs in the house? So, for their concern, right? Let's say a spider ant or some kind of critter outside comes in now, they see that, they're going to lock you up in Shreveport, Louisiana for child neglect. So be careful. But the charges were dismissed when Miss White, proved she had been trying for months to get the apartment management to address the roach issue, only to be ignored. Now the complex, check this out now, Tony, check this out now. Now the apartment complex, Village Square Apartments in Shreveport, is trying to evict the mother of 3, sending her a note telling her they cannot accept her rent. Oh, why you can't accept her rent? Because you didn't do your job? Because you're not doing your job to get rid of the roaches? Which eventually led her get locked up for 6 days? And the charges dropped? So she went to jail for 6 days, wait for her kid for 6 days, got fingerprinted, and got a mugshot taken. Sitting in jail for 6 days, away from her kids. Because of an apartment for the apartment not doing their job. Now they don't want to say, now they trying to evict her. Not trying to evict her. They want to set for rent. Because of y'all bad, because of their bad neglect on their part, that don't want to do their job. Right? But an attorney for the 26-year-old woman said he will file a lawsuit. Yeah, they suing. A lawsuit. Will file a lawsuit unless the police, city, and apartment complex offer her a settlement. And the lawyer goes saying, we are pursuing legal action on her behalf against the city of Shreveport, against the Shreveport Police Department, and against the individual officer in this action because Miss White should never have been arrested, said attorney Malik Shabazz during a press conference with KSLA News, which I agree with him. She should have never been locked up. She should have never been locked up. To make matters worse, the apartment complex had received many requests from Mrs. White to address the pest control problem, and they failed to do that, so we're holding the apartment complex accountable, which you should. Which you should. But you should hold that apartment complex accountable for their own neglect. You should sue the police department for handling it the wrong way. Right? White, who was in a eviction court hearing during the online press conference, is still reeling from the unlawful arrest, especially considering she had asked through writing on 3 separate occasions, January and April, for apartment complex to fix the roach issue. I'll tell you about it when I get through this story, right? We had a shelter over our heads, she said, through tears. It's not what we wanted, ideally, but it's not as if I was just sitting there trying not to move or do anything. But the officer took advantage of the situation, joked about my situation. I just feel like that's very unfair, White continued. None of that treatment I did not deserve it. My kids did not deserve it. She's right about that. And you got an apartment complex 3 or 4 times between January and April complaining about a problem. It don't get fixed. You got it in writing. And you call the police for something else, they arrest you, telling you neglected your child because what they seen in the apartment. That's unlawful. That's unlawful. That's unlawful. Then you got fingerprinted and a mug shot. Although the charge was dismissed, how would you feel? You've been trying, and the landlord or the apartment, whoever's over the apartment, is not doing their job. Then all of a sudden, they don't want to accept your rent. They try to evict you because you called them out on their BS. She called them out on their BS. So they try to evict her now. They want to separate rent. Because they knew they were wrong. They knew that they should have did what they supposed to do in the first place. So they get sued too. The police department gets sued too. Okay, let's continue. Shreveport is the city that passed a law in 2007 forbidding sagging pants, which overwhelmingly target black men. Shreveport police was also accused in a 2024 lawsuit of harassing, threatening, and killing a black man after he refused to become a confidential informant against his nephew. Boy, they rough down in Shreveport, ain't it? Shreveport police said in a press release that White was arrested on July 5th. Officer had responded to a spirit of a police station, but when they arrived at her apartment, they said they observed unsanitary conditions within the residence. Hold up. Did you go inside the apartment? Or were you standing outside the door, just seeing a little bit of it? How you know it was unsanitary condition? How you know it was unsafe? See, that's when you're supposed to have the quarrel about yourself. That's when your humanity is supposed to come out as a police officer. Right? It's a dispute over a police station, okay? Let's get that resolved first. Then you see that condition. The question you should have been asking her, did you tell the apartment manager, the apartment complex about this issue? Then you got your written statement email showing that you had written them several times. So they can go ask the apartment complex why they ain't took care of that issue. It's crazy. Unsafe and unsaturated conditions. See, so they went inside the apartment. Inside the apartment, officer located 3 juvenile children, age 4, 3, and 1, living with their mother, and identified as Miss White, I meant. Officers and investigators reported the apartment was heavily infested with cockroaches. The investigation was observed on nearly every surface, including furniture, kitchen cabinet, and inside the refrigerator. Roaches were also seen coming through the holes in the wall, further com- compromises the health and safety of the environment. Okay, that as an officer, as if she told you that she had contacted the apartment complex about what was going on, you shouldn't arrest her for that. Especially if you got paperwork. Okay, let's see if we can find you a better suitable place for you and your kids. That's protecting the servant right there. That protects the servant right there. She remained in jail for 6 days before the district attorney office dismissed the charge against her after learning of her attempts to redeem the situation only to be ignored by the apartment complex. What's up, sis? This is crazy. This is crazy. You want to be protect and serve. Look. The police department would look good if they would say, "Let's get you out of this situation. Let's find you a better place. Let's put you up in somewhere where your children and yourself be safe, and let's get this apartment. Let go talk. Let go see what really wrong with the apartment manager. Why they can't get this stuff fixed." And I guarantee you, that's not all the apartment with that going on.
Because they don't want to. They don't feel like they have to. They have set the bar for people to become slumlords. Like, I had a friend years ago, rest her soul. She passed away from cancer, and she lived in an apartment building. And the apartment building from the outside looked really, really nice.
Hmm.
And so she asked me, can she borrow, at the time, VCR? She asked me, could she borrow my VCR? And I was like, well, yeah, you can borrow it. And so I let her use it. And then I was like, okay, I'm about to come pick it up. When I picked it up, I looked, the beginning of the LCD screens when they first came out digital.
Mm-hmm.
I looked when it was plugged up and I saw roaches. I'm like, oh, no, you can have that. And so I don't know what happened, but she ended up seeing a roach. Oh, she's tried to spray it, and then the roach ran. And so I grabbed the can and I sprayed the windowsill where it went, and it looked like a mountain of roaches came out. Like that building was so infested, and they were charging her like, I think for 2 bedrooms like $1,600 a month. And the people complained and complained. And guess what was so bad about it was next door, it was a church. The church
Mm-hmm.
owned that building. And it was like, yeah, it was like, I think either 4 or 6 units. And I'm like, oh my God, you mean to tell me you a church and you letting these people live in a roach infested building? I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
was infested. And a lot of these places are falling apart. And so they give these landlords so much leeway. And I'm telling you, like, it was a movie called The Tenants years
Yeah.
ago that we watched, and they made the guy stay in his own slummy place. Remember that movie?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So they need to start doing that to these landlords, making them stay in their own slummy places. And I guarantee you, not just fix up your unit, but fix the entire building up. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that should be a punishment instead of sitting here telling people, oh, well, if you don't like it, move. How can I move now? Because roach eggs could be in every aspect of my
Mm-hmm.
living, my clothes, everything.
Mm-hmm. And the
And then
thing
they
about it,
arrested her. You said they
yeah,
arrested her
yeah,
for what?
that child neglect.
Oh, Jesus, that's crazy.
6 days in jail, but the DA finally dropped the dismissed the charges, right? Because she
Hi,
had
Tony.
proof. Because she had Roland Lawrence up top too. I don't know. He probably still in here.
Eh,
She's
Hello,
still in here
everyone.
somewhere. And she had proof that she from January to April she been emailing, writing them to come fix the problem.
Right.
And and I wish you could see the picture.
I don't want to see it. Mm-mm.
No, not the side department of her and her 3 kids, well dressed. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when a mother or father or family, that's the only thing they can afford at that time, right? I don't seen
Right.
some good looking apartments look good on the outside, right?
Yep. Toe up.
Toe up on the inside. But you see a regular goddamn apartment that look regular on the outside, don't
Big
usually don't have that
clean.
problem. Clean, don't even
Right.
have that problem.
Yep. Real talk.
And the first story I did, right? This couple took their 2-year-old son to the
Wait,
dentist.
wait, wait. So, what's the conclusion? Like,
Oh, she got a lawyer. She's in the apartment complex and the police department.
good, serves them right. What did they hurt her, or what did they do? They just locked her up.
Like that for 6 days. And she had never been away from her kid that long. She said she'd never been away from her kids for no longer than
Work
about an
hours.
hour work hours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's crazy.
that's crazy. Instead of protecting and serving and try to get them out of that situation, you know what I said myself. I said Shreveport. This is Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay.
I look if I leave my say for instance we had a child, right? We want some fresh air to come in. We leave the door open. An ant, a spider, or some kind of bug come in there. Guess what? By what said they'll lock us up, wouldn't they?
Why would they lock us up if a spider or ant came in?
Hey, they locked her up for the roaches that she didn't cause, which
That already existed. Yeah.
they you
Well,
see what I'm
because you
saying?
know what? But a lot of time, you got to understand something, and this is what I'm trying to explain to you. A lot of times, these landlords are friends with the courts, and so they
Oh
tend
yeah.
to get away with stuff. You know what I'm saying? Depending on
Mhm.
how big your complex is, they tend to get away with a lot more because they can pay them off. But
Mhm.
I'm grateful that she's getting some type of relief. But then the stress and the anxiety, if she see a bug, you can imagine how she's going to freak out, even though she's in a better place. You
Mhm.
can imagine the anxiety of the children because they were removed from their mother.
Mhm. And just think. When she get a house or another good looking apartment, whatever, you know that house is gonna be spotless.
Honey, she about to buy a house. She ain't gonna get no apartment. I don't.
Uh,
And you know what? I lived in a building. Okay, because there was a building facing a building. Like my front door, there was a
yeah.
big old giant. There was a big old giant space in between because we had to drive down the driveway in order to park up underneath our stalls. So each
Mhm.
side of the building had their own their own stalls. And so my side of the building did not have roaches. We did not have bugs. We didn't have nothing. So the owner allowed a woman to move from building B to building A underneath me. And
Oh
that
Lord, Herman.
building B had
That's how
roaches
they
real
go.
bad.
Yeah.
And then one day I came home and I saw a roach. I went crazy. And then
Mm.
I had a dog and I thought that I killed the problem. So I was accustomed to leaving my dog food out. But I was asleep and I had a feeling get up, go to the bathroom and get that can. And I'm like, go get the can for what? So I got up, I got the can of roast spray, and I had bought some night vision like glasses, and I
Mhm.
looked and I just sprayed that whole kitchen was so messed up. I sprayed everything. I mean, the spray went everywhere. When I finally cut the lights on, I had at least 2 dustpans full of dead roaches. I took pictures and I sent it to the owner. I said, "You're gonna take care of this right away. I'm not the one." And he was like, "What happened?" I said, "When you moved her from over there, they brought the roaches over here with them."
Yeah.
And everybody in the building started complaining, but he did take care of it right away for like 7 months straight. We would
Cause
have to put our stuff up. We had to put our stuff up, and he
mhm.
was sprayed for 7 months straight. Every week, he was like, "This is just." He said we have to be aggressive, so we end up getting rid of them. But then he
Mhm.
made a mistake, and somebody moved from another place to our building and did it again. I'm like, I got to get out of here. I can't live with bugs. I can't.
Uh, See, I'm like this right here. I like it right here. A single mother, a single father, even even the mother and father that together, they doing the best they can. And these landlords, whoever, whatever, you're right. They greedy. They greedy.
They don't care because they're
No, they
not
don't care.
living in it. They're not
Mm,
living in it. Or
mm.
maybe they lived in a building before and they forgot what it was like to live close to somebody else. Because you know what?
That's how it
You have
starts.
not only the roaches, not only the roaches. Let me tell you,
Bed bugs.
that same building that I lived in, there was a neighbor next door, and she knew my work hours. I worked two jobs and I went to school. This
Mm.
heifer would come home and turn her radio volume up, and she had that booming system like a club, and she
Hmm.
would blast it to the top, and I'm whooping on her door. It's so loud she can't even hear me. So I call the police, and the police come. They beating on her door. So the police gets the number for the owner from me. The owner calls her mother, and her mother calls her and asks her, "What the hell is wrong with you? It's 11:30 at night. People are asleep." But she would wait till her mom leave, and she would blast her music. And then she, the lady that lived next door to me, her boyfriend, they were going to get married. He moved in, and then he started blasting music. And so, because of the laws and stuff, it took that owner a long time to get them up out of that apartment building because they were really disrupting everybody's life. I
Yeah.
mean, it was
Yeah.
bad. And then people moved under me. They moved young people under me, and they got to partying. I said, you know what? I got to get out of here. I can't do this. And I won't. I pray to God I never have to live in another apartment again because people don't care. They act like they live in a house where there's nobody attached to them. So, fuck you as my neighbor. Excuse me. It's about my pleasure.
But I was looking at this. When I was looking at this right here, it was kind of like, okay, you put a mother for the kid. But the first story I did, you probably missed.
What
I'm gonna
was
ask you a
that?
question. I'm gonna ask you a question. You take baby Wolf to the dentist, right?
Okay.
Okay, you take him to the dentist. He 2 years old. You let him
Mhm.
go into that. You let him go into that room by himself, or you still waiting in the waiting room.
The way they have it here, when they're young, if they're gonna do like a procedure, they have a room where they have a window where the parent can sit and watch, like you standing there watching the surgery. They
Hmm.
have that out here in California when they're underage, and the reason why they do that is because when they start procedures and the kids start crying, the parent wants to get in and stop it. So what they do is they have this big old giant window, you can see everything, and they have the kid's head where he can't see you or she can't see you, so that they won't see you and start crying. So they can, because I had to put caps on baby Wolf's teeth when he was
Hmm.
1 years, like 1.5. So I was like, "What you mean I can't go in?" And they explained. So he cried, but they was talking to him and laughing, and I'm sitting there looking and everything, and I'm watching the whole thing. And the procedure was over within 10 minutes. Had I been in there and watched his discomfort, I could have drug it out. But I ain't no way I'm sitting in no goddamn waiting room. You gonna put a glass or some bars or something so I can see what you're doing.
Okay, I'm finna tell you this right here. Hmm. This couple, North Carolina, took their 2 year old to the dentist,
Mm-hmm.
get cavity filled. They waiting in the waiting room.
Mm-hmm.
They waiting in the waiting room. Okay.
In the way,
Hold on, hold on.
you were in a waiting
Hold on, before you go on. Hold on before you go on, cause I know you want to go on.
No. I'm just saying in a waiting room, not
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
watching. Okay, okay.
In the waiting room. Oh, this
Separated
was
in a whole nother room, in a whole nother area of the dentist,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. That's why I asked that
Okay.
question. That's why I asked that question. That's why I asked
Wow.
that question. And all of a sudden, EMS shows up, and the ambulance take your son or daughter to the hospital. but you don't know about it.
Huh?
You don't know about it till a little bit later.
Oh, that's a lawsuit. That's a hell of a lawsuit because you're supposed to remind me. You're supposed to tell me right away what the hell is going on. So I see somebody trying to clean up some shit. Excuse my language.
And this what they said. The parents say they had no idea ambulance leaving dinner office was carrying their child. And guess what the child let now? You don't mute if you're gonna answer. The child is gone. The child is gone. 2 years old, went in for a dental procedure for cavity filling, given anesthesia, and that dental office been uninstructed, which is not North Carolina State Dental certified. How would you handle that? They still ain't got no answer. No answer at all. No answer at all. See, you know the C stores are doing is all involve children. Mother doing the best she can in that. Yeah, go ahead.
I ask you
You baffled, ain't you?
So my 2-year-old has been taken out of there by EMS. You didn't tell me. Now my child is deceased.
Mm-hmm.
But my next question before I go off would be,
Oh, they said he suffered a collapsed lung, allegedly.
no. Listen to what I'm saying, bro. My next question would be to them. I mean to the parents. Hey Denise.
Respect
My, my,
Denise.
next, my next question would be to the parents. The insurance company that you have, what type of rating did they tell you that this dental office? What were the pros? What were the pluses and the negatives? Did you do your homework? That would be me. Before I go to take my child anywhere, you give me a doctor's name with my insurance. I want to know how many complaints. Is there anything on the doctor's record? Is there anything I should know about? And if there's a red flag, my child ain't going. That's the problem.
See, that's your thing. That's your thing. That's your thing now. Let's stay on top of that. That's your thing. I already know how
I'm
you
saying,
feel.
no, I'm saying this is common sense when you're dealing with children. Children are way more sensitive and precious than we are. We can choose a dentist and get jacked up, but we got to think about that.
I ain't choosing no dentist to get no jacked up.
No, I'm saying, you know what I mean. I'm just saying, but a kid may not recover. What I think probably happened, I'm going to be real, they probably gave that baby too much of that stuff in his mouth.
That's the anesthesia, and that jet that the water they give you to swish around in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like this right here. Ain't no telling how long they've been going to that dentist office, right? You know what I'm saying? So I can see your point, and I see their point too. But at the same time, how in the hell you not gonna tell me you put my child in the ambulance? You see what I'm saying? How the hell you not gonna tell me you put my child in the ambulance, which only came there to get a cavity filled?
What I'm saying is they probably use too much, as you said, that anesthesia, whatever it's called, that numbing stuff.
Mm-hmm. But now I got to follow. Now I got to run to the hospital to see my child. But I don't know, did they get to see their child before he passed away, or
probably not? If
no.
They know they didn't get to see their child before they passed away because they rushed the child to the hospital, didn't tell them until hours later.
Mm-hmm.
So of course that child probably went into some type of cardiac arrest, and the child probably was already deceased, and the parents had to come in. Yeah, lidocaine had to come in and see that the child. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what Deatrice was explaining is some parents took their 2-year-old baby to the dentist, and they waited in the waiting room, which I wouldn't have been in nobody's damn waiting room
I wouldn't either.
waiting on my child. And the child had a complication, and they called the paramedics. The parents didn't even know that the kid was in danger, and they were sitting there waiting. And hours later, they told the parents that the child was at the hospital. We don't know if the parents got to see the child before he passed away or not. But everybody in that office would be getting a royal butt whooping by me.
I'm telling you, it's it's three people. Three people. I ain't gonna. I'm not. I'm not just outright. We're gonna blame the parents. They probably going to that dentist for a long time. They probably had good reviews, whatever, whatever. They all partially to blame because one of them should have been in that room. Don't we agree?
Exactly. I would have been
Two,
checking out, like I said, their credentials.
mhm. and two, and two, Validate. That's the name of the is name of.
Look at D True snitching.
I ain't snitching. I am not snitching. If y'all won't tell you, this dinner office is in North Carolina, and it was. Hold on. Guess what? This really gonna piss you off. That's why I say you need to sue this dinner place. They responsible for this, which they had so many other things that it go wrong, which they shut down some of the rooms, whatever. They say according to WXII, while Validate is licensed through the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, and and what they got to do with the price of tea and channel, right?
Right.
But guess what though? The center does not possess a license, accreditation, or certification with the North Carolina Dental Board.
Right.
Hmm. And guess who else I blame for that too? Not only that, Valley Gate, the North Carolina Dental Board, because they didn't shut that place down, knowing they didn't wasn't state certified.
Okay, so let me say this. There are people right now, okay, that have businesses and they are not licensed to be doctors, surgeons, dentists, cosmetologists, estheticians, all that good old stuff.
Hmm.
You name it, they're not licensed to do it. Barbers, manicurists, all that stuff. And because there is so much fraud going on and so many people are so sneaky and slick,
Hmm.
people are actually able to get away with faking it. It was okay, like the teacher who wasn't a teacher, it was a principal. He was a
Mm.
principal. He was making 300 or something $1,000 a year. I forgot what state it was in recently. Come to find out, this dude faked all his credentials. It took them multiple years. He was working while the Biden administration was in office. In other words, this is what I'm saying. And people that wanted to check him out because he played the race card. He was actually from Africa. He
Mm.
played the race card, and he tried to use his status to say, these American people are picking on me or whatever. This dude ended up being a crook. He was a criminal.
Hmm.
He was a criminal. Listen, he was threatening and bribing. Yeah, from Ghana. He was threatening and bribing the teachers to pass these kids to their next grade so that his school could look like they're the top of top tier school. So my thing is, people can fake it, even if they could have shut them down and said, blah blah blah, and they opened up anyway and said that they were registered with this particular company, Yep, he got caught in the school vehicle with a loaded weapon and a knife. But
Yeah, I remember that story.
they can say that they are board certified. It's been a lot of people out here in California, like surgeons, like cosmetic surgeons. They lied and said they were board certified, and people went to them and they got botched up surgeries. So they end up having to go to a real replicable one. They had fake licenses and fake certificates. They had all this stuff, and it was elaborately done. And come to find out, these people were not who they were. So you can't sue the state board if these people came up with fictitious licenses and all these different things. You can't do it. I was
But hold
surprised to
on,
hear he had that kind of background
but
and passed the school background check. Yep.
I'm tell you why. I'm tell you why you can sue the state board. They
Mm-mm.
shut down the other part of that facility. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say that.
No, no,
they
you
they know.
still can't. You can't sue them because if there was a certain part of that facility that was in violation, and they came out, and the other part of that facility was up to par, you can't sue them because the state board did their due diligence. Because when they come out as state board, have you ever seen the state board worker? Man, them bastards is very intrusive. When I say intrusive, they are intrusive. You be ready to punch them.
I'm
So
tell you
if they
why.
shut you down on one side, that means that's a problem over there. And on this side, there's no problem.
Oh,
And they gave you something.
it problem all sides. They just shut them down. That's why I said that.
Mm-mm,
I'm gonna
mm-mm.
tell you. I'm gonna tell you what the problem was. I'm gonna tell you what the problem was. For they built that new part to it, and they couldn't open it up. So they fixed the other part, which they didn't fix. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it. Hold on. Give me a minute. Uh, in September, state inspectors determined that Valley Gate violated 23 health and safety codes. State inspectors, right? That's the dental
Okay.
inspector, right? Which forced the facility to close several of its procedure rooms, some of which being newly built. That's why I say it's on them too.
No,
They
it's
should.
not. They make listen. What I'm saying, if they make you shut down a certain part because it's a hazard, but they go and they do a thorough inspection and see that the newer portion is okay, they have done their job because they wrote a detailed description that they're not supposed to operate or do anything in those areas that were closed. Now, had they snuck over there and operated in those areas that were closed, they are alone in violation because they were given. Yeah, they are supposed to be more strict, but it depends on what they shut them down for. We don't know the intricate details because they
Oh,
can shut you down.
here's something else I forgot to put in that right there. Though I said the state board is part of this too. Violations include fire safety issues, suspected leaks in vacuum lines, improperly installed electrical wiring. According to WFMY, state document revealed that the dental practice constructed three new procedure rooms and recovery bay without approval from the state.
See,
So,
that's not the state's fault because they didn't have the approval. That's
but
their
hold
fault.
on,
They need to go to
hold
jail.
on, hold on. The state should have shut that facility down.
But what I'm saying to you is they told them that they couldn't do it. They did it anyway. So they operated without the authority that they needed to. So when you like if you they tell me to shut down a restaurant because it's nasty and it's dirty and I go and I cook and I do it and I open it up anyway, that's not the state's fault because they already told me shut it down. But I want to make my money. I don't care. I'm a disrespect what is supposed to be done. And it's a lot of restaurants out here too in California. Like I said, it's a lot of them out here that have had bad marks and they told them to shut it down. And if you don't pay attention, and a lot of people don't pay attention, if you got a B, I'm not going to eat in your restaurant. I'm sorry. That's too close to C and that's too close to F. I want an A. And a lot of times people don't look at that door, or those restaurants don't put those signs out there to show what grade they have. And you walk in there and you still thinking that everything is okay because you're so used to going in there. Next thing you know, you get sick. You want to sue the state board. You know what I'm saying? Like I had went to this Chinese restaurant one time in Pasadena, California, because I heard it was a good restaurant. I didn't know it had changed hands. So they had a good marking on the like the blue A. And I was like, okay, cool. So everybody sat down and ate. I ordered something different because I didn't eat seafood. And
Mm.
so I got it was barbecue pork fried rice and there was something else. I got my food, I wrapped my container up and I paid and we left. I put my food in the refrigerator. The next day I took it to work for lunch, put it in the refrigerator at my job. Then I heated it up, I ate it. I was so sick. I had got food poisoning from them. I was so sick. Every time I would drive, I would have to pull over and I would have to relieve myself, from the
Yeah,
top part.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
trying to be gross. And you would have thought that I was drunk driving trying to get rid of liquor. So I called them and I made a complaint. And then I contacted state board and the food administration, however you call it. They wasn't even supposed to be open, and by the time them people came to see them fuckers shut that shit down and was gone. They was gone.
See, and I look at like this right here. I'm not saying the state board is all responsible, but s- somebody somebody greased somebody's hand for them to stay open. Know what I'm saying? Cause I
Yep,
know
it
here
is. You're right.
I'm like this right here. I know in the state of Georgia. I know in the state of Georgia. That what happened in the state of Georgia. Guess what?
Been
That place
shut
would have been
down.
shut down. Been shut down. Cause they don't
I
shut a whole
understand
lot of
that, but
place.
but look, but look, what I'm saying to you is, and you're absolutely right. I'm not rebutting what you're saying. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not saying that you're giving incorrect information. But what I'm saying to you, the truth, even like with the food trucks that they had out here, they had to shut them down. Remember the food trucks? How
Hmm.
you would I call them roach coaches. But so what happened was there was a lot of people that had food trucks. And so what happened is people started getting sick.
Mm.
And so they had to do something about it. So people were putting fake I don't know how they did it, but they got fake grading. And so what
Mm.
happened was they came up with a special team just for the food trucks. And these trucks had A ratings. And so when the inspectors went inside, the food degree that you're supposed to have your freezer on was
Yeah.
way below where bacteria could grow. There was like piled up grease. The truck was dirty on the inside. Food wasn't been hadn't been stored right. Cutting boards hadn't been sanitized right. People were getting sick. All this stuff was going on. So then they said, you know what? Okay, so now you got to pay a fee. And there was a special plate that they would put on that nobody could duplicate. Somebody found a way to duplicate it. So
Of
people were
course.
still getting sick. So
Yeah.
you when people got sick, you couldn't blame the inspectors because they were coming out doing their due diligence. Now they're like, no more food trucks. Sorry. Because people were getting sick and putting people's lives in jeopardy. You can't sell your food no more. And so this is what I'm saying. Even the ones that's doing the right thing are being hurt because of people that want to do the wrong thing.
Yeah. But I'm like this right here. You go to food truck, you're taking a chance in a way. You know what I'm saying? You're taking a chance. Cause you don't know what's inside that food truck and whatever. It's supposed to be certain temperature. But I look like this right here. The bottom line
He said,
is
"You don't know what's in that food truck."
you don't. I'm like this right here. Like I said, that's some good and that's some bad. You got to do your research. You know what I'm saying? You got to do your
Yep,
research. And if you don't do your research on the dentist's office, the doctor's office, you know what I'm saying?
yep.
And 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 if say if I go to this certain dentist and I know how good the dentist is and they got good rating, I would recommend this to you. You see what I'm saying?
But check
Because
this out, D. True. So there's like there was a well-known massage parlor out here. It was on the news. I can't remember the name of it. And so what happened was I don't know what was going on for these women not to know, but this one woman had went to this massage parlor place and she fell asleep. But what she did was like she was like something ain't right, something ain't right, something ain't right, because she felt different downstairs, and she thought maybe it was from all the stimulation from the massage. So somehow she was able to record what was going on while she was being massaged and stuff.
Oh, you told this story, yeah.
No. This is something. No. This is something new, and she was able to tell, like she was able to tell, get the recording and find out what was really going on. How she was able to go to sleep like that, I don't know, but they caught him on his own surveillance because she took her information to the police department. They caught him while she was asleep. He put a condom on and he was getting it in with her. He was getting it in with her, and the other females came forward. So this man been having, sex with these women while they were knocked out. I don't know what the hell he gave them for them to be asleep. He probably gave them some kind of concoction in their massage medicine.
Mm-hmm. But
I was gonna try a food truck for wings in the hood one time. I saw roaches everywhere in the truck. Oh, you heard about it too, Denise? Yeah, I don't know what he was putting in that damn massage oil, but man, he was getting coochie left and right.
Hey, but I got another. I got to move on. Got another one. This out of Florida. This really piss y'all off. What if the teacher saying "Happy birthday" to your child on his birthday?
I heard about that, about the monkey. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. See. Sometimes when you say,
go ahead, tell it. I spoke prematurely.
You sure did.
At least I acknowledged it, Negro.
What if the first time the teacher sung the song, it was a regular "Happy Birthday," and the kids were singing along, but she did her own version, which is, they said some of our cast singing to each other, but I ain't never heard our cast singing to each other. I don't know where the hell they got that from, but besides that,
was she white or black?
Oh wait, she sung it. All the white students and the other two, I think, three black students in there. They looking at her confused. Yeah, like, and the boy was I think he was 6 years old. He was 5 or 6 years old. He was black. He was taken aback by it, and he knew what she was saying. And the other two black kids knew what he was saying, and it shocked the other kids in the school in the classroom. See, all the mother want is an apology, and the teacher bring discipline. This is what I say: apology, kick her ass out of that school, and take her teacher's license.
Ban her.
There you go. That's my take on it. Cause I already know what you would do together. If you found out a teacher sung that kind of song to Baby Wolf,
y'all better get my bill together, cause I'm gonna whoop
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You gonna crash out, ain't you?
Yeah, and I'm gonna call her and I'm gonna talk about her bad. I'm gonna embarrass her. I'm gonna embarrass the school until they get rid of her.
And I'm like, and this happened in Florida. Go figure, huh? Go figure.
No, it ain't no surprise.
That was it. Go figure. I'm like this right here. You notice I'm doing all these stories about these kids, right? Who going to protect our kids? First story, the other story we were talking about the apartment. The mother was doing right by her kids, but the apartment wasn't doing right by her, and she got crucified. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And the parents taking their son to get a teeth done, trying to make sure his teeth is straight, were doing what they thought, what they I said thought they knew what was right to do. They don't have no son no more.
She said
And
some of these teachers don't know what's inappropriate, or they just purposely pushing boundaries. Yep.
I think the last one, I think the last part of it. What do you think?
I think that who they truly are
Mm-hmm.
is really surfacing it
Mm-hmm.
and now I just have paid attention to people's behavior patterns and how people have changed over the years.
Mm.
And I'm not trying to be funny, but people are saying, all sorts of stuff about Donald Trump, and I understand people hate him for whatever reason. Everybody has a reason, but he is the only president that put in an executive order that if you fondle, if you entertain or coerce or try to do anything that will lead you to potentially being intimate with a child, you are now going to get the D penalty, no questions asked. If you grape a child, traffic a child, or any of that, you are going to get the D penalty. There's no ands, if, buts, or what. Because for so long, no one has been looking out for these children. You understand what I'm saying? No
I
one.
understand what you're saying, but hey, but you know what? No, I'll tell you what they're gonna do. You think somebody like, let's say somebody like me, you, a street gang, whatever, doing that? You think they got that kind of money to do all of that?
He said he
See,
don't care where you come. He said he don't care what lawyer. He put it so deep. Truth. The thing that I appreciated. See,
but
let me break this
hold
down. Hold
on,
on a
I'm
second.
actually,
Hold on. Let me break this down to you. I want to give you some information before we go further. I have a video on my channel. They struck the video, but they had to give it back to me because I had an article that I was reading from, and everybody was coming down on him about him being friends with Epstein. And I'm gonna reload that video so that everybody could see it. So what happened was I was reading the article about him and Donald Trump being friends, and it was a very emotional article for Epstein because he said, because they asked him the question about their friendship, he said we're not friends anymore, and he asked them what happened out of his own mouth, and they quoted him every word he said. He said, we were friends. There was a couple of young girls there, and he said, and Donald Trump was looking around, and we were all taking pictures. He said, what happened was he let us use Mar-a-Lago. He said, and when Donald Trump went to bed, him and his wife, he said, I bought in more, people, but they were underage girls. And he said that one of Donald Trump's security went and told him. He got up out of bed, and when he came downstairs and he saw all those young girls, he said Donald Trump kicked all of us out of Mar-a-Lago. And he said and then Donald Trump told me any business that we have is canceled because he doesn't get down like that and he doesn't appreciate it. And he said, and it's been at that time, he said it's been 15 years and I really miss him as a friend. And he said, but Donald Trump won't answer none of my calls or nothing. So people take one picture of him being with a young girl and they make it seem like Donald Trump was getting down with the get down. But he said Donald Trump and him stopped being friends because of his actions. And he said this, and I'm like I said, I'm going to find that video and I'm gonna re-upload it again so that people can see it. And nobody wants to tell the truth. They want to use that one picture of Donald Trump taking pictures with a young girl. So if you was in, if I threw a party and I was a pervert and you went to bed and you and your girl up there sleeping, one of your guards come and tell you, just because I took pictures, that does not mean that I was in the party. These words came out of Epstein's mouth. Everybody wants to hold Donald Trump, hostage to what Epstein did, but Epstein said it out of his mouth. He stopped being my friend, and I miss him. It's been 15 years. He won't talk to me. He canceled every business that we were about to do. This man refuses to talk to me.
But
so that's what I'm saying.
Hey, but hold on together. Right? He could say he stopped being my friend. He could say he stopped being my friend, this and that. But the problem is, it ain't that nobody believed Epstein, nobody believes Trump, right? What people were saying is, if that's the case, why don't we release the files? You see what I'm saying?
We're not talking about the files. We're talking. Can I finish? Listen. Let me explain something to you. You got to understand how life works, D-Truth. I came from a family background that worked in the government. If you disclose certain stuff, they will knock you off. They will knock you off.
He died anyway.
That's disrespectful.
Go ahead.
That's disrespectful. I'm definitely Denise. I'm gonna definitely try to re-upload it. I have to find it because it's like locked it way down in there. But what I'm saying is, you can't just say. I mean, a lot of celebrities went to the Epstein Island. A lot of people went to Diddy's party, but like Diddy said, everybody was taking pictures and mingling and hanging out and doing all this stuff. And Diddy said it out of his mouth. When I hit that alarm to let you know it's about to get deeper than deep, this is your time to exit. So there are people that have taken pictures at Diddy's party that did not do the after hour stuff that they were doing. So you can't put them in the same category. Well, they was at the part one of Diddy's party, but you cannot prove that they were in part two. You don't see you just see a bunch of pictures. You don't see when Diddy got on that airplane and took off and came back, he took them videos and he hid them videos. And that's why a lot of people is nervous. And I'm telling you, there was a part one, and it's other people that went to the party and said that a lot of, like Denzel Washington and his wife, they said the party about to get wild. Denzel Washington and his wife took their stuff and got the hell up out of there. But they took pictures at the Diddy party, but they were not there in the after hours. So you can't say that because he went to Epstein Island, Epstein probably did stuff when Donald Trump was asleep, just like he did what he did at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, it's the company you keep too. You see what I'm saying? It's the image. It's the image of the situation. You feel what I'm saying? It's the image. And he said he going after the giving the you can set death penalty, and to people who does that to kids, whatever. So, is he gonna go after the folks that he got an answer to? You see what I'm saying? Do he really want to take a chance?
He said he going after everybody. If you got a conviction because you did that, he said you're gone. Period. That doesn't mean that because I'm your friend, I can still do that. No, I wrote an executive order, and if you my cousin and you did it, I'm sorry. I wrote the order. I wasn't looking at you I was thinking about the kids. I wasn't thinking about you. These children are innocent. And as a grown-ass man, you don't have no right to be touching no children with your perverted self. Like over in Somalia, there's a video. They passed a new law that the men could no longer have intercourse or marry young girls under the age of 18. They all on the news crying. Pervert.
But I understand what you're saying. But him doing that right there, yeah. But the powers to be, you know what I'm saying? The powers to be, I don't know how they're gonna feel about it. But down to the next
Well,
story.
guess what? The order is written, so they gonna feel what they feel. I'll tell you what you feel about it. Keep your zipper up.
But hey, but he got bad health right now anyway. He's 70, I think 79 years old. You know
That's
what I'm
not
saying?
good to say. You shouldn't say that because God can turn around and hit you
Hell,
with it.
hell, but hold on. They said that about Biden,
Biden is gone mentally.
but still, that wasn't good to say about him either, was it?
But look, I
He
would
even
rather
said it
have somebody.
himself.
I'd rather have somebody. I'd rather have somebody that have health complications than a person that don't know which way they're going. That's
But
dangerous.
now I'll tell you what dangerous is. What danger is? I already had somebody, if somehow he do somehow pass away, and have a person that is put away. Look at the vice president. Now you see what I'm saying?
Nope.
Hey, we don't know how confident JD will be if Trump do wind up going. You see what I'm saying? So hey, it is what it is. But the next story is how in the hell a HOA president harassed a black family after a 5-year-old touches a tree. Lord have mercy. Harassing the family because a 5-year-old touches a tree.
That's somebody that got too much time on their hands.
This is black mother said, need to find something else to do. Black mother said HOA head labeled her 5-year-old son as get what this is, a public nuisance for planting a tree
Oh,
in the neighborhood.
of course they're gonna say that.
Hmm. And let me see what else. Said a 5-year-old child violated community rule by swinging up from a tree on a public property at his bus stop. Hold up, wait a minute here. How the hell is a violating community rules not to swing on the tree
Well, they do have rules. They have a lot of
and,
rules.
on a public property?
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
In the HOA, um, because I was gonna move into a HOA before we moved, and when I listened to how many rules they had, first of all, I'm paying for a house, and you telling me what I can and can't do for a certain community. Number one, I would have been up out of there. I'm not gonna be paying to buy a house, and you telling me I can't do certain things. Swinging on a tree, that right there, he should not be on other people's property if it even if it's public in the
He was at the
HOA.
bus
All
stop.
that if it's still inside the HOA, if it's inside still like a bus route on the inside of the HOA, they still have a right to say what they want to say.
I'll tell you why not. See,
Oh Lord.
see, I'll tell you why not. The legal notice alleges only violate a regulation stating that no nuance or office activity shall be conducted or permitted to exist upon any lot or any dwelling unit, nor shall anything be done or permitted to exist on any lot or in any dwelling unit that may be or may become a noise or private or public nuisance. And I wonder how many other YT, know what YT is, don't you? Have swung on that tree she ain't said that about.
That woman seemed like she would complain about anybody. If she's that petty, she ain't gonna just single out a. She ain't got enough time. She need to go get a man. They need to go in there and stir up something. She probably is single and she need a man.
Oh, guess what? This is what the HOA justified the grounds for the notice by writing that the association member won't be liable for any injury children might suffer from swinging from a tree branch. Hold up. If my child is swinging from a tree branch at your house, how the hell am I hold you liable for it?
What do you mean?
They said they won't be held liable for the for any injuries for the children swinging on the tree.
So that means if your child swinging on a tree and your child falls and hit his head and gets knocked out, some
They ain't
people will
liable.
try to now listen to what
Yeah.
I'm saying before. Some people will try to sue you, and you have rules to say don't swing on my tree. Like the guy that put up the barbed wire fence with the electricity around his fence because the kids kept coming in dirty, dirtying up his yard, and the kids and they got shocked by the electric fence. They want him to take it down. Why should he have to take it down when your kids keep throwing trash and tearing up my yard? I have a right
Mm.
to protect my property. So now
Hmm.
your kid get hurt, you want to sue me? No, and I put the gate is electric. I put signs every 1 inch apart, 2 inches apart, where
Mm.
you can't miss it. So your kid get hurt, you can't sue me. That's my property. It's not on the state line or anybody else's line. For months and months and months, your kids have been tearing up my property. So I protected my property. So your child got hurt touching it, that's your problem.
And this is what the mother said right here. The mother said the violation her son is being accused of is usually reserved for loud parties, no complaints, or excessive parking. They listed him under Article 7, Section 8 of the HOA and listed him to the neighborhood as a public annoyance and a public nuisance to the neighborhood. But I like what this mother did, though. It's a bright spot in here. It's a bright spot in here, right? She already had an attorney, right? She already had an attorney. A black woman said she believes this matter is directly tied to prejudice, which I believe also, abuse of power, and discrimination after her white neighbor, who happens to be the head of the HOA, filed a complaint that resulted in the legal notice. She said the neighbor would repeatedly record her son playing in a magnolia tree at his bus stop. The tree suffered no damage. In the days since she received the notice, Bonner has started fighting back. Her story went viral after she took. Okay, well, I'm gonna skip all that part. See, she think describing the situation she and her family are being subject to and accused the HOA of abusing the bylaw.
But
Oh,
you
she
know
got a
what's
dozen.
gonna
Hey, she
but you know
posted
what?
dozen supportive response from the community members signing with her and her son. So the community coming together with her. So she's
Good.
a nuisance. She the nuisance.
That's what I said. She probably ain't got no man.
Hmm. And let's see, and she the head of HOA. That's the effed up part.
You know what's so crazy? There was a story, and I think it was a true story because they ended up making a movie out of it. There was a lady, she was the head of the HOA, but she was a white supremacist.
Mm,
And she would always come and harass the black people. Like the black family was a husband and a wife. And so she got her I think her husband was a
hmm.
policeman, and they end up breaking into the black woman's house, and the wife tried to kill her, and she ended up shooting her and the police officer, and they end up finding out that they because that lady didn't want black people in the HOA. But I think it
Mm.
was a true story. I'm not 100% sure, but they made
Yeah,
a movie out of it.
when you find that story, send it to me. I can
Huh?
look it up, and then when you find that story, send it to me. I'll look it up. We do a whole thing on
Yeah, it was deep because the man they had a party with their friends, and it was real quiet. They didn't invite her, and she invited herself, and they told her, they said, I'm sorry, but we didn't invite you, you have to leave. And she got real pissed off, and that's when she started coming after the black people. It
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
husband and wife. Yeah, she wasn't
I believe.
invited. She was very intrusive.
Mm.
And she was like, and I don't even know how they even allowed her to be in the, and they kept the cleanest house on the in the HOA.
Yeah.
They kept the
Uh,
cleanest house.
See, this what I say about a whole lot of people, right? Then I got another. You probably heard about it too. This what I say about people in the head of HOA, that's the board of the HOA, these health inspectors that come around do these do this inspection, right? Or the
Mm-hmm.
business, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how the house look, right?
They still have to follow certain rules
I know.
because they do come in and do inspections and stuff, so they still have to.
Yeah, I'm talking about at the house.
No,
Hey,
what I'm saying is if you live in the HOA, whether you are the president of the HOA or not, you still have inspections that need to be done.
hmm
So
see,
they have to follow the same rules.
hmm and I guarantee you, if somebody live in the HOA, they go look at the head of the HOA house, they could find some violation. How much want to bet?
You might.
Yeah. Hey, and this last one right here, this mother, this was an LSU football player. He was blamed for unaliving, I think, a 60 or 70-year-old man, a head-on collision,
Hmm.
and he wound up unaliving himself. Then come to find out, he was 72 yards away from the accident.
Yeah,
So,
the green car he had, it showed up after the accident. Yeah,
hmm that's
and the
terrible right there.
policeman that policeman is in a whole lot of trouble because ain't nobody letting that go.
I ain't gonna. I wouldn't let it go. I wouldn't let it go. This a funny video right here. They were going. I want to see what your take on it. See what Denise take on it. Okay, this police officer, this woman, and this officer was in the house. The man comes on 1 a.m. Found his wife cheating with the police officer,
Hmm.
and he filmed it all. He filmed it all. Police putting the clothes back on, body okay, and the wife had the nerve to talk about, "Oh, you crazy." The man asked, what's your name, your badge number? Why you still trying to put the body camera back on? Would you tell the body camera on while he was in there?"
Oh,
And he told his wife or girlfriend like, "Oh, you're in trouble too."
oh.
And he said, and the man asked him, "What was what was the reason for the call? Did you get called over here?
Hmm.
Did you get?" So you know he in a whole bunch of trouble, don't you?
Mm. Wow.
Look at, and the dumb cop gave his name and badge number,
Oh, wow.
but it really didn't. It still really wouldn't did no good because you got a face on the camera. You see what I'm saying?
Uh.
Now, if that man would have crashed out and did something that police officer, ain't nothing that police officer could have did. You were in his house. Nobody called you. You said nobody called you here. Yeah, she called you here to knock some boots, but it wasn't no emergency call. So what you think about that together?
I
Lost for words.
wow.
Ooh. And then here's another one right here. This girl, this woman 38, this guy 44. It was a lot of stuff going on. You know how social media say, "Oh, this." You know how people make up lies and they go with a story. But good job by her brother. He went to okay, it happened in Chicago with the Cook County Medical Examiner's office got the autopsy that showed that his sister was the victim. That her boyfriend unalived her, then unalived himself. And then the narrative was going around saying she went through his phone late at night, found out he was cheating, and found out that he had the 3-letter words, full blown, gave it to her, and that's why she did him and did herself. That was the narrative was going around.
Wow.
Wow, yeah. You see how people start a narrative, but don't find out the truth about something?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I would say I feel sorry for that police officer. I don't feel sorry for the police officer. And to all the people that spreads lies about something about something like that last part I just talked about, y'all should be ashamed of yourself. If you don't know the truth, don't go say that. Don't say nothing at all. You agree? You agree with me on that?
Right.
And we got to protect our kids no matter what, because this world is cruel. This world out here is cruel. Because you got some neighbors that gonna pretend they like you. You got 3 type of people out here. You got people out here they gonna like you and love you to death, right? There's some people out here. There's some people out here gonna pretend they like you, and there's some people out here that you know that don't like you. See, I'm not afraid of the one that let it know they don't like me. I ain't not afraid of it. Guess what?
No, I found this article. It's on Business Insider.
Uh-huh.
And it was written in 2019. And it's talking about Donald Trump. And they said President Donald Trump addresses the question over his past praise of Jeffrey Epstein, a New York financier now facing charges from federal prosecutors of trafficking and conspiracy. And so it says in the article, President Donald Trump addresses questions Tuesday in the Oval Office about his friendship with wealthy financier Jeffrey Epstein, a convicted blank offender currently facing federal charges of trafficking and conspiracy. And Donald Trump replies, "Well, I knew him like everybody in Palm Beach knew him." Trump said he was a fixture of Palm Beach. I had a falling out with him a long time ago. I don't think I've spoken to him for 15 years. I wasn't a fan. He said Donald Trump told them in 2002 that Epstein was a terrific guy and a lot of fun to be with. His comments have received additional scrutiny after that, since Trump also noted that Epstein liked women on the younger side and that was a problem for him. And that's what the article is saying, that was a problem for him, that he liked women that were underage.
Yeah. But sometimes...
And that's what ended their friendship.
Yeah. But sometimes it pays to stay off social media. You know what I'm saying? It pays to stop talking sometimes about the certain situation. Let it go ahead, down out. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The problem he had, he don't know how to stop talking and stay off Twitter.
X. He is.
Yeah, what I'm saying. Sometimes people look. Hey, you know that Budweiser commercial when it used to say, "Know when to say when."
Nope.
Sometimes you gotta know when to say when. Look, I ain't afraid to tap out. Hey, some goes. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing. You ain't forget me him up.
But you know what? Oops. Some people just can't help it.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Some people just can't help it. They, just because
They like the spotlight.
He's the no. And a lot of people think that.
I
A
know. I
lot of
said
people
I
think
wasn't
that.
talking about him. I'm talking about other people.
No. I'm saying in general, a lot of people
Yeah.
think that people like the spotlight, but if you really think about it, a lot of famous people are lonely.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want me to tell you why? Because I'm super popular and I know that you could do whatever I want you to do, not genuinely because you like me, genuinely because I have a lot of what you want.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
about the real me?
Mm,
What about getting to know the real me without wanting something that I possess, or I can put you in a certain position
yeah.
in life? And a lot of times, I think that Donald Trump is a fantastic person, but I think he's really lonely, if you ask me my
Mm,
true opinion.
yeah. I got a question to ask you. What you think? I know you heard this. I know you heard it. I know you heard it. What you think about Aisha Curry said what she said about Steph Curry?
I think Aisha Curry is not really in love with Steph Curry. I think she likes the lifestyle. I think she likes the attention. Because for me, I wouldn't be on nobody's social media platform saying things that could possibly hinder my husband. I would be saying, you know what? When we first met, I had a young mindset. It was my problem. But her, Sierra, and all these other women that have these big time husbands, they really don't know how to be wives. They don't know how to protect their husband.
Yeah. But I'm gonna say this right here. At least Sierra had her own. You see what I'm saying? What she got
No,
with
but Sierra, the thing is, Sierra is still not, to me, this is my opinion. Why would you want your woman to show up at a award party showing all her goodies? You got on
mm,
this see through dress
oh
and
yeah,
it's
I remember
showing
that.
everything that I
I remember that.
possess. That is so disrespectful to you as a man, as my
Hmm.
husband, because you show no restraints. I would have never. I've been like, I can't do that to my husband. I'm sorry. And you're supposed to be a child of God. I don't even say Christian, but you're supposed to
Yeah.
be a follower of Christ. You're
Yeah.
supposed to have values of God. That's not the values that God set for us to run out here and be naked and show everybody what your husband has in between your legs.
Yeah. I'm gonna
You know
say
how
this
many
right here.
men probably sat up there and played with themselves looking at her?
I'm gonna say this right here. See, another thing is with Aisha, you know how many women I'm going to say less than not the Steph Curry that love Steph Curry. Hey, I heard some women say this, right? I heard some women say this. I want to know if it's true for you and Denise. Type of the chat. That that Steph was her first, and she ain't never been with nobody else. Do you believe that?
Mm-mm. She can say what she want to say.
That was some women would say, "Oh, she been with Steph since she was teenage." But what they fail to realize is though nobody told her to marry Steph Curry. Nobody. Steph Curry didn't force her to marry him. I got a question. Did your husband force you to marry him?
Nope.
You got a choice, don't you?
Yep.
She could have said
Not
no.
unless it's a shot. Not unless it's a shotgun wedding. But no, I
Ooh,
don't know her. I don't know her life. I can't say no because I don't know her life. But
yeah.
I want to understand is what is it
She
that you
getting from
might be angry? Listen, what is it that you might be upset about that causes you to not have restraints and to, speak recklessly? You know what I'm saying?
yeah. This is what I heard that cause men is uh not flocking to her you know what I'm saying? Like women are doing Steph Curry, let it go.
Hmm.
But this is the question I got for her though. This is the question I got for her. You said that about your husband. You said that about children's father. And it's in the cloud for here on out, right? And
Hmm.
they go look it up. And you said that about their father. What? How you gonna explain that to them?
But she remind me of the stuff like Jada Pinkett got a reckless mouth. She got
Yeah,
a reckless mouth, and you went after the beauty, and you didn't like. She should have had etiquette training on things you should say and things that you should not say.
yeah. Like I said, like I just got to say, people don't know when to keep their mouth closed. it's just like it's just like I told you about this woman was she was on TikTok crying about she got a good great husband and they don't argue. He take care of everything and everything is good and good. And you remember I telling you that story, right? I'm like,
I th- I
you
think
know how
so.
many
I'm not sure.
you know how many women would kill to have a husband like that? That take care of everything, caters to you and everything else, not no argument for 8 to 10 years like that, and you
But
crying
some women
about
get spoiled. Some women get spoiled, and they don't know how to. They get set. They get spoiled. When you get spoiled, you turn into a brat, and that's
yeah,
what happens to some people.
or
I'm
she
shocked.
said
Just when you think rich folks have
have
more
more
than
than
enough, it's never enough. Shaking my head. There's something. Yep.
hey, what some other people, some other I think some comment they said that that's why sometimes it don't pay to have single friends that's not married. That's not in a really serious relationship. Cause I
Right.
cause I cause I think she missing that single life.
Right. Right.
So we don't talk about a whole lot on here.
Well, I came in the midst of it, and I wish I would have came earlier, but I didn't
you,
know.
you know I
You
was
know,
going live.
it.
You know I was going live.
But you know what? I would love to have a open panel. I would love to talk about this Nicki Minaj and Cardi B thing that's going
What
on.
the hell going
Be,
on with that?
because I see a lot of people making comments, and I take mental note. Um, so remember this. Remember when Cardi B and Nicki Minaj did the video motorsport together?
Hmm.
Remember that?
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, so Nicki Minaj allegedly changed her lyrics for that song. But
Mm.
see, what happened was they totally misunderstood what Nicki Minaj was saying because in the song,
Mm.
she was mentioning Vince Lombardi. Isn't he like a coach? Wasn't he like the best coach there was?
Yeah, Vince Lombardi, that was the Super Bowl trophy named after he
Right,
coached the
right.
Green Bay
So
Packers. Yeah,
she was saying a rap about she was the guy Lombardi, right? And
Lombardi.
now
Yeah,
Cardi. Then she said something about Cardi B, the QB. So she was referring it to like football.
yeah.
So what she was saying to Cardi B, I ran my race in this rap game. Now I'm gonna throw the ball to the quarterback, which is you, Cardi B. Run and make your money. Run and get your stuff. Do your thing. But
They misinterpreted.
she took it the wrong way and started talking about she was talking bad about me. No, she wasn't talking. If you look at the lyrics and see the QB as a quarterback, she was referring it to football like I'm gonna throw the ball to you now. You get your stuff. Go on and do your thing. Go on
But
and do
hold on,
your thing. You
hold
understand what I'm
on.
saying? Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. Hold on. How in the hell you know football and you married to a football player?
She's not married to
Hey,
no football
no, you
player.
know, no, I mean, you're dating a football player, and pregnant by.
But it don't matter. People
I know.
ain't they wasn't dating at the time, so she
Yeah,
wouldn't know that. This is an
but who?
old song. But
Yeah.
listen, what I'm saying to you is it's bad on both sides because they should not be arguing.
Mm.
And so when you look at that song and you put the two together, you like, dang, she basically telling her, here, I'm tossing the ball, go ahead and do your thing. And
Mm-hmm.
it took me a minute to understand what those it was referring to football. Like, go ahead
Mm-hmm.
and get your money, go ahead and do your thing. But because she started whining and crying, of course she will Offset and Amigos. They're gonna take her side and she's the victim.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like Cardi B, to me, and I don't know her, I just know that she's the type of person that yeah, it came from that song. It came from that song when Nicki Minaj was giving her a compliment. Go on and do your thing, girl. So look up the lyrics under Motorsport. Look up Nicki Minaj's one when she starts saying Cardi B is the quarterback. And so she got everybody to be sympathetic. But think about it, when she first came out on Love and Hip Hop, she was a problem. She started attacking all the women. Children should never come into adult disputes, right? But she should never. I mean, she hold on, let me see, she became victimized because she was always, and then she made statements that she can't take back. She called black women roaches and monkeys. Not only that, she said dark-skinned black women are stupid. um so she said that I don't know if this is true, but I heard that she had told Offset to go back to Africa or some crap like that. So she has a real problem with black women. But when you listen to Nicki Minaj, she has never said any of those disparaging things about black women.
Mm.
Yes, Nicki Minaj has had her problems. She got family members that have done some things. That's the only thing that you can talk about: her dad, her brother, and her husband. But other than that, what more can you truly say? She didn't do a lot of things. I
Mm.
mean,
Yeah. Yeah. See,
so I have a problem with a girl that tells us blatantly, "I'm not black," but you cater, you want us to buy your music, and then you got a lot of people fighting on both sides. I don't care about either side, but
right or
her
wrong,
talking
wrong, wrong.
about
Yeah.
her son that might have autism. You're saying that he's nonverbal. A nonverbal child would not be able to tell his dad that he's 4 years old.
Mm.
You're talking about somebody's child when you're pregnant right now. You don't know what life can hit you with. You get what I'm saying?
You right
And
about
then
that. You right.
you talk about Nicki Minaj was on drugs, but you put out a audio video with your face, a live video saying that you go to the hospital to get morphine shots while you're pregnant, and you do it and you exaggerate your pain. You said this. So how can you call somebody else a drug addict when you're participating right now from what your words were saying?
I like what Denise just said though. You right
What?
about that. She said
I was
she heard what she said about black women, but she loves the black man genitalia.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
but the problem, the thing, Carter B failed to realize though is, if all of us is in one area and something goes down, she goes into the wrong part of the neighborhood, right?
Right.
Looking like that. What they gonna do to her? What they gonna take? What they gonna call her?
A 304.
They gonna call her the N word too, ain't they?
Right, but look, this is the problem. There was a black man. He's a man of God. And
Mm-hmm.
if you take anybody else's art and plagiarize, normally you would get sued, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So he had a tattoo on his back that everybody know who he is. She took the back of that man's head and opened up her legs on her video like he was, munching down on her private area. They let her win in court. If anybody else did that, they would pay.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, when she was in court recently for that black woman, and I believe they paid them people off to say that security guard didn't, is lying.
Yeah, yeah.
Cardi B got mad at the lawyer that was questioning her and picked up an ink pen and threw it at him in court. Her ass should have went to jail for that. You threw a pen at the damn lawyer.
Oh, you didn't see what she did outside the courtroom, did you?
No.
To that reporter. She almost went out there. She went out there off the hinges against with that reporter.
That's what I'm saying. They're allowing her to do stuff like that. If Nicki Minaj did that, they would lock her up.
See, I'm like this right here. And I think Cardi B going at some other rapper, a female rapper.
Ice Spice and another girl.
Yeah.
But see, Cardi B is not. Was she not saying? She like, oh, Offset don't want to take accountability. But what I'm saying to you, Offset did a interview with what's that guy name that was snitching on everybody?
I forgot what his name was.
You know who I'm talking about. He did all the celebrities.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that I forgot his name. He does the interview, and a lot of people got like busted for doing interviews with him. And he said out of his own mouth, it was me that did. I treated her. I disrespected her.
Yeah.
And he said, as a grown man, I gotta take accountability for myself. But she was telling everybody that he never took accountability. That interview was held up, but he was saying that it was basically him that did her wrong, and he take responsibility for it. But she wants to always be the victim. I don't like people, no matter who you are. I don't like people being victims. I don't like you playing the victim role.
Yeah, and he took accountability. He said, "Hey, I wasn't the best gentleman in the relationship, but I did my dirt." And
that's what I'm saying. But she wants to keep.
Go ahead.
But then come to find out, digging and doing some research. I'm gonna say allegedly, because I've seen this for myself. Allegedly, she slept with one of Offset's friends. Allegedly, she slept with one of Offset's cousins. Yes, and she wasn't innocent herself. She and then I heard allegedly that Stefan Diggs don't really believe that's his baby in her belly.
I'm gonna say this right here. I guarantee he go get a DNA test.
Yeah, he got to do that.
Yeah.
But shoot, that nigga run around here slinging beef like he's a damn hamburger stand.
Look, I'm like this right here. I'm gonna tell you like I saw this. I'm gonna tell you this. Tell some females like. And these male, this female was at a dinner with this man. She said, "Let me see." She asked him, "Let me see your bank account." Right?
Yeah, that's why I said allegedly. I'm not saying that it was 100%. That's why I always throw allegedly, so I can't be held accountable.
Yeah, but I ain't talking about them. This just something in general.
I was answering Miss Denise.
Oh, and then. Guess what the man come back with?
What?
Because the lady asked to see his bank account. Okay. He said, take out that makeup, take out that wig, take out them nails. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what you looking like. Because
the man said, take off your nails, take off your wig, take off your makeup.
Take out the makeup? Yeah.
Well, shit, take the BBL out too and the fake tits.
Yeah, that what he was saying, because she wanted to see the bank account. Oh, get what she shut her mouth then.
But see, you know what? This is the thing that gets me. I don't knock nobody for wanting to enhance themselves, but do it for yourself. So if it's a confidence booster, is he still locked up? Oh, do it as a confidence booster for yourself. Don't do something for somebody else, because then you'll be trying to change all these things for someone else. try to find out what is it that you're lacking, or what is it that you didn't have, what is it that is causing you to want to change yourself to make somebody else happy. It should be, at the end of the day, your happiness about yourself, not about somebody else's happiness. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's really sad that, you got a lot of men, because men are visual. And that's
Yeah.
one of the things that us women need to remember. Men are visual. They are not emotional beings like us. They're not all men. They're not thinkers like us. We can go a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we can sit there and solve the problem. And a football game come on, a man will turn his head and be distracted by the football game and forget what he's doing. But a lot of men are not. They're looking at the pretty face. They're looking at the body. They're thinking about what kind of, you know, and I'm trying to be so respectful. What kind of mouth game, if you get what I'm saying, she got? What kind of swivel game? Is she good in the sheets? He want a lady in the streets, but a freak in the sheet. But all that stuff. Okay, let's say you get a woman that can knock your socks off, have your toes bending back and forth, and all that stuff. She can't cook. She don't want to work. She dirty. You know what I'm saying? She disrespectful. Is all that other stuff worth you having some pleasure for however long she up there bouncing up and down on you like a trampoline? And a lot of men get trapped up thinking that that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They think, oh, she got this, she bad, she did, but she doesn't bring anything to the table. Like basically, like we were saying last night, there's nothing, no substance.
And the thing, what I look like, right? I hear what you're saying. Yeah, we visual creatures, but some of us visual creatures, but some of us do think. You know what I'm saying? But they can do multitask. There's some women that can't multitask, but there's some women out here
How cutting edge?
cutting the edge. Respect cutting it. There's some women out here, right?
Hmm.
Where some certain stuff don't lead that to the imagination, right? And they want to get mad at the man for looking.
But they get mad at the ugly man for looking. They don't get mad at the baller for looking. You got to remember that.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
get
yeah. You're right.
the
You're right. You're right
ugly
about
dude
that.
for
You're
looking.
right.
If you're an ugly dude, and then let me give you one better. If you an ugly dude and you balling out the game, she not gonna mind you looking at her. But if you ugly and you ain't got nothing, oh, what she gonna do that. So it's crazy. Like, come on,
Yeah,
for real. If you're gonna get mad, be mad at the baller too. Don't be
yeah.
mad because he ugly and he ain't got what you want. Be mad at the baller too, because guess what? That baller, he gonna dog you out. Cause he gonna say, oh, she here for the money, so let me play with her like a little toy.
Like a
And when I'm
yo-yo.
done, I'm gonna stick her up on the shelf until I'm ready to dust her ass off.
Hey, the thing is, they look. You can't get look here. You don't want to get mad at the
Put up her
ones that got the
put up
money.
just flash her comments, even if we don't like read them out, because I don't want nobody to feel
Uh, they,
like
they,
we're not listening or reading their comments.
yeah, yeah. We, yeah. Shoot, boy, just need some part tonight. Hey, she making up for lost time together.
Right. Thank you, cutting edge. Yeah, but I'm serious. It's
But,
crazy. Like
yeah, the fish
it's
my cut.
crazy because you could be a baller, like a serious baller. Let's say, let's say, oh God, let's say, I'm not gonna say that. Okay, Shabba Ranks.
Oh Lord have mercy. Why you? Oh Lord have mercy. Why you want to
Let's
go?
listen.
Why you couldn't do Flavor Flav?
Shabba Ranks is Flavor Flav is cute compared to Shabba.
Oh Lord have
So
mercy.
let's say Shabba Ranks. Okay, we gonna go with the visual thing. Let's say Shabba Ranks. Okay, let's say Flavor Flav and Shabba Ranks. All right, these are the only two choices that you got. Now, Denise, keep it 100. Don't lie.
Oh boy.
So we on the beach. We on the beach together, And Shabba Ranks, we saw how his build was back in the day, and we saw Flavor Flav's build back in the day. And there's some reggae music playing, and Shabba Ranks is moving his body, and we like, oh damn! And Flavor Flav over there, yeah, boy.
In other words, she tried Denise.
I'm gonna take Shabba Ranks. I'm taking Shabba Ranks. Oh, lady, he said, I would share this. I'm a man, and for sure, for me, what attracts me about a woman is overall essence of a lady. I'm talking about their heart, personality, looks further down my thoughts, if I make sense. Dang, Shabba Rank shaking my head, child. No, girl, I'm just saying, if those are only two men on this earth, and it ain't no other two men, ain't nothing else, I'm taking Shabba Rank, because I'm not going to take somebody that look like they having a goddamn seizure.
Well,
right, ain't no way Flavor Flav out, man. Shabba
what's up, Brooklyn?
Shabba Ranks will be getting all kinds of goodies from us, because the Flavor Flav, you better go plug one of them fishes.
But do what I'm about to say. Do what I'm about to say, right? A woman wearing someone wears revealing clothes. Okay, you don't want to get mad at the one that got the money.
Don't get mad at the baller. No, you don't get mad at the baller.
Don't get mad at him, but you won't get mad at the one that don't have the money. Let's put that way. Let's put it that way.
Okay,
right?
The one that don't have the money and the mud dip. Like it's both ways.
Now, hold on. See, he could be cute. Well, then again, yeah, he's still good. But the thing is,
I'm telling you.
Do what I'm saying. Do what I'm saying.
D-Truth is a woman now, Denise. He knows that.
Let me finish up. It don't matter. You can get mad at any of them. You shouldn't walk your ass out the house with that shit on. What I'm trying to say.
No, because if she's an attention seeker, she got low self-esteem, and she needs somebody to praise her for what she's lacking, she's going to dress like that. And she's going to show out. Like I said, it could be a Shabba Ranks. They got one of them damn cars. What's that car you like, son? Hey, what's that car you like? A McLaren. It could be a mud duck, ugly dog dude that's sitting in a McLaren with Gucci down, which is close to the word coochie. Gucci down.
but you know something.
Let me finish. She could be dressed like one of Cardi B's videos and walking down the street, and he could be in a McLaren, Gucci down, Prada, all that good old stuff with Rolex, Cuban link chains, all that stuff. And he'll look at her and she'll be like, hey. And then all of a sudden you meet a cute dude and he ain't got no money. She'll smile, but he ain't going to get the same attention as that mud duck with the McLaren. So it's all about the paper.
But I'm going to say this right here. It could be all about that. It's also about who she really like, who she really attracted to. See what I'm saying?
Come on now.
Hey.
We talking about this generation. We ain't talking about our generation. Depends on who you like. We talking about money. These girls are into money. Who can give me who can take care of me? Take care of me. You get what I'm saying? Who can take care of me? I don't want nobody taking care of me. That's the first mistake, because when somebody taking care of you, I heard what she said. I look right past. She got a lot of hangout. I heard that.
You started this together.
Well, hey, it's true. But what I'm saying is, this girl ain't got no sense.
Look, hey, you started. That's why I said you started this.
I already knew she was crazy. I just wanted her to go on and come on out with it. I just needed her to come on out with it, because it ain't gonna take long for her to come out. That child is crazy as hell. She makes me laugh. I enjoy Denise. Denise is a real one. She is
Yeah,
a real one. Hey, Brooklyn baby, how you doing?
but I was saying
She's a
this right
real
here.
one. What?
But yeah, look, that's some. What if I told you the story right here? Right, I'm gonna tell you this story right here. Y'all gonna say, "Oh, where you get this story from?" A woman comes home, her man in the house, sees him get slobber knocked.
Oh, she polishing his pole.
Uh It wasn't no he. It wasn't no she, bruh. It wasn't no she together.
It was two of him or two of she's.
Two of him.
Wait a minute. You come home and find your wait. He okay. Wait.
She came home.
And found her
All right.
husband getting polished by another dude.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm gonna take pictures and videos and sell it on the dark web.
Ooh. And guess what? Look,
I'm
look.
gonna get me some cold look, I'm gonna be their manager. I'm gonna be their manager. Shit.
Guess what? Guess what? She was going out to do that was giving her dude slobber knocker.
Also, they was both messing with the same dude.
Yeah, they both was the same dude. But guess what the dude that was getting slobber knocker for the other dude was doing? Holding the girl back from getting to the other dude.
Wait. Say
So
that again.
so
Slow down.
so
Slow down.
hold
Say
on,
that
hold on.
again.
He look look. He held her back from getting to the other dude who was knobbing him down.
Oh man, I'd have been like, I'm not about to fight. I'm about to go get my video camera.
But the thing is, check this out together. Check this out. Why are you protecting dude? So,
Man, you can protect him.
hey.
I'm about look. You can protect him, but I'm about to go get my video camera. I don't care what you say. I'm getting my camera, and I'm about to be your manager. I'm about to market you. I'm gonna be hurt, but guess what? I'm about to get me some money. Goddamn it! Let me come home and find that happening. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna be like, can I get the camera and film y'all?
But you know, but you know something. It's been. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this right here. It's been a whole lot of. I'm going to say this right here. It's a whole lot of undercover nowadays.
Okay, you saying undercover, so I'm gonna help them bring it out.
DL. Hey, DL. Hey. Oh, Lord have mercy.
It ain't gonna be no more DL. It's gonna be out. I know K-True just gonna choke me.
You see what I'm doing, don't you? You see what I'm doing, don't you?
I'm gonna get my camera. And I'm gonna be like, wait a minute, let me fix up the room. Let me put some more lighting. I'm about to help you really perform tonight.
Hey, hold on. Cutting Edge, Denise, Brooklyn Hood. Do you believe what she's saying? You believe she's gonna get the camera? You believe she's gonna get the camera photo?
Man, I'm serious. I'm gonna get my camera. I'm gonna sit there and be like, we could have been making money this whole damn time, but you was holding this as a secret. That's jacked up. Oh yes, I will. You want to do me? I'm about to do you too. I'm gonna do both of y'all a favor. I'm gonna put you on the black list.
Hey,
he believe me. I'm for real. I am for real. You guys be thinking I be kidding, but if my son was on here right now, he'd be like, dog, my mama for real.
Look, together. I already know. That's why I'm laughing. I'm laughing. That's why I'm laughing, because I know you for real.
I'll be putting on some love. Turn off the lights. Hey, we're not gonna do that though, but I'm gonna light a candle. I sure am.
Hey, I do too, Denise. I believe it too. And I look at this woman went on this date with a man. He was telling us they got so drunk the man told about him and his roommate. So you know what happened with that, right?
Wait a minute.
She put up.
What? He got drunk and told her that he was banging his roommate?
Yeah,
Was it a man or a woman?
him.
Man, why can't these people? I could make me some money filming that stuff, boy.
Hey, she kicked him out, right? She kicked him out.
Girl, you
Okay,
kick money out. She kicked money out the door.
but I'm like this right here. So, I don't do it. I don't do it. So some women get mad because when a man with a man want to be bisexual, but don't want to be with her. But you can be with a woman and want to be bisexual, be with a man.
That's confusing to me. So that's why that's why I'm saying you don't want me, but you want a man that act like me, but you don't want me. Oh, guess what? Hey, I guess, but this is good any day for anyway. Hey,
That go either way, right? You know what I'm saying?
look,
It's
I
time for to
still
get.
say it's confusing. It's still confusing because you
It
ain't got
is.
no male part, and you're gonna go buy a toy to strap on, and you can't. Man, that's why I say
Hey,
these folks is confused.
look. Hey, you make it know like it feel good to you. You can't feel a damn thing.
Actually, I'm gonna keep it G with you. I have a family member that's in that lifestyle, and
Uh
I said, I said, you know me, and she said, I go on ask me because they know my mouth, they know me. If I got a question or I think about something, they sit down, they like what? Because I know you was gonna ask me. I said, you a woman, you don't like men, but you strapping on a piece that make you think you a man, and then you serving this chick. She said, "Oh, they got a little mechanism on it when you strap it on that pleasures you too." I said, "Oh, damn! I didn't know they got advanced." Yeah, so they both get they get a
look, don't jump out the
yeah.
bushes.
My brother, the king is here. God dang it! I said the king is here.
Look, oh, I'm like, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, yeah.
These,
My cousin told me. She said, yeah. I mean, she said they got it where they strap it on and it fits on them a certain way where when they're performing, they're getting the pleasure too. So at the same time, they both being pleasure. But I'm sorry, I don't want no plastic. I don't want no rubber. I don't want no batteries. I don't want no plug-ins. I want the real deal Holyfield. I want to be that thing can't look. That thing can't flip me over. That thing can't throw me on
uh,
my. No, never mind.
hey, other word, it can't slap you, flip you, rub you down, can it?
It can't do none of that. And
Hey,
I and then the part that bothers me is I got boobers and you got boobers, and if you try to hit me from the back, your boobers is hitting on my back like a massage. That's
my mother just said, "What the world?" He just,
he said what he just walked into. He walked into a D Truth and Together moment.
yeah. Hey,
He know we crazy when we get on there.
I'm telling, hey, Armando, to get it started, and at least keeping it going.
No, but he said, Mondo, he said there's a story. He said there's a story where a woman walked in on her man getting done by the man that she was cheating on him with, and I said I'd break her. I'd be like, shit, where's the camera? Let me make some money. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna be the manager and the producer. I'm about to get paid. Shoot, you're not gonna have me sitting up there broken. Look, I'm crying, but I'm gonna be crying and counting that money. Shit, you should have done this a long time ago. Why you didn't tell me you got down like that? We could have been making some money. You wasted all this time. I could have been, man, what's wrong? That's what I would have been crying for.
Lord have mercy. What
Now,
she said?
she said she don't want no smack it, flip it, rub it down. Oh no. Hey, if they smack it and flip it and rub it the right way, you're gonna be like, oh yeah.
Look. Denise said she don't let it all hang out either.
Man. No, but seriously, let's stop. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm being silly, but I meant what I said. If I caught two men that was one was supposed to be my man, and I was cheating, and that happened, oh yeah, I'm about to make some money for real, for real.
Mm-mm.
I'm about to be the producer. I'm about to be the manager. I'm about to be the sets, the person that do the setting and all that stuff. I'm about to do all that. I'm about to be the decorator. I'm about to be the makeup artist. I'm about to write the script. I'm about to do it all. I'm about to get paid.
But I'm like this right here. We don't talk about everything. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of it's nice to laugh. You know what I'm saying? But seriously,
We gotta be
gotta
silly.
cut
We
up.
can't be
Yeah,
serious. We
and I
got, cause
know.
some of these stories be so sad. You gotta like
Yeah,
have some laughter because man, some people be
yeah.
going through some real stuff.
It counts the 3, 4 stores that we did in the beginning. It hit you some type of way. If you don't feel some type of way where it hit you, something wrong with you. Feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
something
Something
wrong
wrong
with
with you.
me. Yeah, something's wrong with me then.
No, 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 no. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about not you,
No, I'm just saying something
silly.
wrong with me. I got some loose wires.
We already know you got some loose wires. Everybody got loose
I didn't
wires.
ask you. Didn't nobody ask you to agree with me about nothing? All you had to do is just sit there and twiddle your damn fingers and mind your business. Just mind your business.
I got to ask the chat. Let's take a poll. Who you think? Do y'all think she got some loose screws and wires? Uh
Hmm.
oh.
I know
I
I
would
do.
have. I would have. Look, some more than others. Some more than others. Some
Man, my
look.
my wires singed.
At
Look,
least we got common sense.
he not even letting me talk. My wires singed a long time ago, and my screws are stripped.
Lord have mercy, mercy me, mercy, mercy me. Hey, you know what? I don't
Hmm.
even know if I go. Hey, I'm like that with the. If I find some more stories though, but the thing is, with the kids, we got to protect our kids, and you know what's going on in this world, and we know that there's a lot of people don't like us. There's a whole lot of people our own kind don't like us. You know what I'm saying? They think they one of the other people. You know what I'm saying? So hey, it is
What
what it
other
is.
people? What other people?
The white T, the YT. They try
I
to act
told
like
you.
them.
I told. Look, my dad is white, so I can say white. I'm part white. Whitey.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what? Lord have mercy.
My dad is white for real.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? That's some brown, dark skin, whatever of our folks. They white.
I never did.
Look, look. Never mind. I'm leave Carter. I'm gonna leave Carter alone for right now. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, Cardi need to leave herself alone,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and she need to
That
stay off of that damn off of that internet crashing out. Because every time you turn around, she crashing out. They just stop. They just need to stop giving her a pass for the things
that she
that she
did. Yeah,
does.
yeah.
Because, like I said, had that been anybody else, like if Armando had a wolf, like the Wolfpack logo tattooed on his back, and
Hmm.
I was just a black woman that was a rapper, and I took
Hmm.
his tattoo, like the back of him, and made it seem like he had his head between my legs, and he took me to court for plagiarism of his artwork. They would make me pay. Why she
Hmm.
didn't have to pay? You know what I'm saying? Did she
Hmm.
act the fool and throw stuff at people? Then she threatens people. All that stuff she should have been locked up for,
Yeah,
and because they're not locking her up, she's getting more and more and more
bolder.
disrespectful. Yeah.
Yeah, emboldened. So I'm
And
like this
then
right
you
here.
pregnant talking about you about to run up on somebody and beat them up. First of all, if you do that, you threaten somebody and you run up on them and hit them, I'm gonna knock you straight on your ashtray. And if something happened to your baby, you need to go to jail because you assaulted me first. I'm not gonna give you a pass because you pregnant because you hit me first.
There you go. And on that note, I'm about to go eat me something. Together in the final thought shout outs.
I should start going live because you be ruining my fun.
Oh, I'll let you run the show. I'll be back.
No, I ain't running nothing because ain't nobody here to talk to.
It is about you got a Manu in the chat, got Denise in the chat, got
Ain't
Brooklyn Hood in
nobody
the
talk.
chat.
Look, ain't nobody talking back. Mm-mm.
Oh Lord have mercy, mercy, mercy me.
Ain't nobody to talk back to.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
But you want me talking to yourself?
Nope. I do enough of that.
Lord, boy. But this been a fun. This been fun right here. This been fun.
Are you
I'll
get
tell you.
what's the day? Thursday?
Oh,
Okay,
I
I
got to feel
won't be
good.
able.
I got to
Good.
feel good story. I got to feel good story. The end of the show. This woman in think either Oklahoma or St. Louis, TLC, T-Boss, and Chili were riding in the car. They heard their music playing. So
Hmm.
they told the driver to stop. They ran to the bar, see their music playing, and they put up this woman. They were singing waterfalls. They were playing
I
waterfall.
saw that. Yeah, I saw it. That was
Man,
nice.
that was nice. Hey, she tore it up, bro. She tore it up that shit together.
I didn't listen to her singing, but I thought it was nice that they showed up.
Yeah, and it just sometimes that stuff happens. Know what I'm saying? Hey, but I heard her sing it, her own version of it. She tore it up.
Well, that's good. That's good. But since you got to go eat and everything, I mean, some sunflower seeds. Hope y'all don't hear me cracking them in your ear.
Oh Lord, have mercy. Hey, and tell Baby Wolf we said hi. They tell him don't howl, don't howl. I wonder why he didn't
I
howl
ain't,
all night
I,
last night.
I, I, I ain't saying nothing.
I was surprised he didn't howl all night last night.
Man, nah, he finally fell asleep.
Oh, finally fell asleep. But I'm not. I got to rest up for Saturday. I got an
Hmm.
early day Saturday. I mean early
Okay.
day Saturday, and I wouldn't. I would like. I'm like. I just decided. I said, shoot, I'm gonna just go live tonight. Do open my night. And I might know if you're still in here listening, we need that one of those in chat backdrop. I sure could have switched it up. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to tell everybody, thank you for, being here. I like to joke a lot. I like to be silly. Um, I like to share a lot of life experiences and things that, I've witnessed and been through. So I am a storyteller. I like to tell things that happen so that people can relate and know that there are people out there that are going through certain things. Um, when I use profanity, and I apologize for using profanity, but I do it as fun, not to be vulgar and nasty. But all these people are that have all these stories of tragedy, whether it be the children being harmed or breakups, cheating, all that stuff. I just wish everybody peace and health. You know what I'm saying? And I
Hmm.
pray the brokenhearted, those that are out there that have been cheated on and you're brokenhearted, I'm praying that healing will come. I'm praying that you will find peace. Someone else will find you and treat you better. Get some counseling so that you don't carry the baggage from the betrayal of the past relationship, so that you can walk into a healthy relationship because you deserve it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Denise, it's always a pleasure, my friend. You are the bomb.com. Cutting edge. I forgot who else was in here. Thank you
Brooklyn
guys
Hood.
so Brooklyn Hood, my boo. All y'all, thank you so much for supporting my brothers. Thank you
Brother
for
Love's
supporting
in
the
here.
family. We really appreciate you. And you guys just stay healthy and watch your surroundings. And thank you, D Truth, for being my bro.
Yeah, and you know what? I try to bring the realness to open mic, and we try to bring the when 106 chat and come back. We try to bring the realness, and we want to get our people back to thinking, using their brains. You know what I'm saying? We want to get back to them using their brain and go do their research and look up stuff. That's
Don't
what
use
we
my
do.
brain.
Well, we already know you don't have one, but that beside the
Oh
point.
shit! You just cracked on me that quick.
Hey, you left that door wide open. You thought I wasn't gonna step through it?
I was trying to close it.
Hey, you weren't fast enough.
We could do 106 in chat on Thursdays because try on
Yeah.
Thursday. We could try it on Thursdays because I have classes two nights a week, and sometimes it'll switch.
Okay.
And then I'll let you guys know if it switches from Thursday to Friday or Friday to Thursday. So I'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have
So
classes.
I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna. So, other words, we need a new theme song with words and lyrics, and and new logos and new backdrops and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that right together?
I want my stuff to be moving in motion like a commercial type. I don't want this sitting there like a statue.
Oh, you talking about the backdrop or the intros?
The intro.
No, I was you know what I was talking about. He already know what I was talking about. So, other words, somebody gotta get to work. I don't know who gonna be. Hey, I know
I ain't
he
writing no
cussing.
more raps. I'm
Hey,
not writing no
look,
raps.
hey, look. I know he sitting back cussing us out right now. You know that, don't
Man, Mondo's a genius. He ain't cussing nobody out. That nigga probably got one eye open and one eye closed, talking about I got
you? Anything else together?
Nope.
Like we always say, like I always say,
Black piece and chicken grease.
love and respect yourself. Cause when you love and respect yourself, you see through all the BS. Self love is the
Self
best kind
love
of
is the
love.
best love. I was mocking you.
I know you was. I know you was. I was gonna let you finish it up since you want to mock me.
I'm eating my sunflower seeds.
Don't choke.
Oh dang, you working that on me?
Hey, with the seed, with the hull or without the hulls?
With the thing, the shell on it.
Oh, okay. The best kind though. That's the best kind right there.
That's all I
But
eat. I don't even really eat food, and that's why I
yeah.
have to keep buying new clothes.
We'll leave that right there for leave that to y'all imagination. Which way which way she talking about that going? We leave that to y'all imagination. So
Dude, I'm losing weight because I don't eat.
I know that. Some of them know that. They probably think you gaining weight.
Hell, you're not gonna be rolling me on a skateboard.
Self love, the best kind of love. Cause who can you love? Who can love you better than you love yourself? Peace. We out. Before we get started again.
Welcome to D Truth TV. Turn the volume up, you feel me? Hit that like, hit subscribe, let's get real on your screen, see? We talking cases, mysteries, stories that unfold, relationships, heartbreaks, secrets never told, breaking news, updates, every fact on display. I'm your host with the flow, bringing truth every day. The Truth TV, where the real ones vibe. Hit that bell, stay alive, let the knowledge arrive. From the streets to the screen, we keep it so raw. Every topic, every angle, breaking every law. Tune in, let's debate, drop your thoughts in the chat. We don't sugarcoat nothing, we just spitting the facts. From love to the hustle, from the pain to the win. Every episode's a journey, let the story begin. The Truth TV, where the real ones vibe. Hit that bell, stay alive, let the knowledge arrive. From the streets to the screen, we keep it so raw. Every time topic, every angle, breaking every law. Tune in, let's debate. Drop your thoughts in the chat. We don't sugarcoat nothing, we just spitting the facts. From love to the hustle, from the pain to the win. Every episode's a journey, let the story begin. The Truth TV, where the real ones vibe. Hit that bell, stay alive, let the knowledge arrive. From the streets to the screen, we keep it so raw. Every topic, every angle, breaking every law. So subscribe, hit like, don't you dare miss a beat. The Truth TV, where the truth and the rhythm meet.